Hi there, grade 5 and 6 boys and girls. Welcome to another exciting lesson. With you once again, I am Shamsuddin. Today we will be learning through another exciting story taken from the Rainbow Reader Book 4, entitled Adam's First Flight. Our quote for today reads, "The more you read, the more things you will know. The more you learn, the more places you will go." I'll read that again. The more you read, the more things you will know. The more you learn, the more places you will go. So let's see where our story will take us today. Remember to observe the punctuations we have been learning so far. Pause briefly where a comma is seen. Stop and take a breath at a full stop. High pitch for statements of exclamation and surprise, and use that puzzling tone where question marks are seen. Now, as we read the first part of this passage, Adam's first flight, please observe the words carefully and try to grasp their meanings as they are used in the text. Let's begin. Adam's uncle had promised to take him on his first flight. The boy had never been on a plane before. He dreaded the opportunity, but how could he disappoint his Uncle John, who was so fond of him? How could he say no when his sister Amy and his brother Adu would make fun of his cowardice? The morning arrived. The alarm clock rang. Adam's dad called, "Adam, it's time to rise and shine, my boy. Today is your big day." "I'm up, Dad," Adam replied as he scrambled out of bed. Hurriedly, he dressed himself, had a small breakfast, and ran to meet his Uncle John. Adam's dad drove the two of them to the airport. On the way to the airport, Adam was silent. His dad was silent too. Uncle John did all the talking. As they walked towards the aeroplane, Adam's dad looked at him and said, "I know you're feeling a bit nervous this morning. This is an exciting moment for you. Do not be afraid. Uncle John does this kind of thing all the time. He's a great pilot." Uncle John tried to make Adam comfortable. "Hi, Adam. You are quite a lucky guy. Not every boy or girl gets the chance to fly an aeroplane like this, you know." Adam's uncle owned the aeroplane, which he used to take supplies to the hotels on the islands. He usually takes a relative with him for the ride every week. The two boarded the plane, Uncle John at the cockpit and Adam at his side. "Imagine that you are my co-pilot. That will make you feel less nervous," Uncle John added. "I'm all right, Uncle. I'll be fine. Please do not bother about me. Concentrate on your flying." "I'll be fine, Uncle John." Uncle John started the aeroplane. The white pelican, the motor roared. The propellers whirled as the plane zoomed down the runway. Adam buckled his seatbelt, closed his eyes, and held on tightly to his seat. Uncle John looked at the boy's action. He knew the child was terrified. "You may open your eyes now, Adam. We have reached the right altitude. You may look out the window. What do you see?" Adam felt a little relaxed now. He was delighted at his uncle's confidence, and he felt the freedom in the air. He gazed with awe at the fluffy white clouds that surrounded the plane. They looked like soft, squishy cotton balls. He counted their shapes and watched them disappear altogether. Then he watched the blue water shimmering in the morning sunlight. "What a beautiful sea," he thought. Well, boys and girls, there we had it, the first part of our story. I want you to take some time and think about what would happen in the next part of the story. How did you feel as you read or as you listened to me as I read? If you have been on an aeroplane, how did you feel? Were you scared, like Adam, or were you excited? If you have never been on an airplane, how do you think you would feel or react if you were given such an opportunity? Now, those are the things I want you to think about. Remember, through reading, we can imagine and we are allowed to go places. Now, I have a few words that were used in the passage that we will now find their meanings as they were used. I hope that you have your dictionary, which will be of great help in this exercise. Listen carefully to each word, look at the spelling, and find it in your dictionary. Let's get started. The first word, dreaded. D-R-E-A-D-E-D, dreaded. D-R-E-A-D-E-D, dreaded. Dreaded is the cause of worry or fear of something. Cowardice. C-O-W-A-R-D-I-C-E, cowardice. C-O-W-A-R-D-I-C-E, cowardice. Cowardice is the lack of bravery. Cowardice is the lack of bravery. Supplies. Let's spell S-U-P-P-L-I-E-S. S-U-P-P-L-I-E-S. Now, what's the meaning of the word supplies? Supplies are things that are made available to someone, or they're things that are provided. Co-pilot. C-O-P-I-L-O-T, co-pilot. Co-pilot. C-O-P-I-L-O-T, co-pilot. Now I want you to look at the word co-pilot, and you will notice that a hyphen is used between the two parts of the word, co, C-O, and pilot, P-I-L-O-T. So we have co-pilot, and it's spelled with a hyphen. Now, who is a co-pilot? A co-pilot is a second pilot of an aircraft. A co-pilot is a second pilot of an aircraft. World. Let's spell W-H-I-R-L-E-D, world. W-H-I-R-L-E-D, world. World is when something is moved or caused to move rapidly around and around. Whirl is when something is moved or caused to move rapidly around and around. Have you ever heard about whirlwind? Gazed. G-A-Z-E-D, gaze. G-A-Z-E-D, gaze. To look steadily and intently, especially in admiration, surprise, or thought. To look steadily and intently, especially in admiration, surprise, or thought. Now there we had it. Each of our words that we thought were interesting and what they mean according to the dictionary. Now let's look at these words once again. Make sure that you have them written down so that you can review and learn them better. Also, what I want you to do is to try to arrange them in the order in which they were found in your dictionary. Let's call those words: dreaded, cowardice, supplies, co-pilot, world, gazed. Dreaded, cowardice, supplies, co-pilot, world, gaze. Remember to look for this story in the Rainbow Reader Book 4 and read ahead for our next lesson. Now that's it for this session. I want you to continue to be good boys and girls. And remember, if you're going out, wear your mask, try as often as possible to wash your hands and use sanitizers, and stay safe always. So long until next time.